Greetings. After a layoff for some time to pursue some necessary work, I hope that I'm welcomed back by at least some. What I'm going to be talking about is a series of the 9 provocations of Dorothy Day as related by her granddaughter as she writes about her. Who was this Dorothy Day? Well, she was an activist, a pacifist, and a radical. One could say she was a driven woman. But logotherapy might better suggest that she was in fact pulled by her values. Dorothy was a founder of the Catholic Worker newspaper in New York, regularly at odds with church and municipal authorities, as the newspaper and other things she did provided practical support for the homeless, the hungry, the forsaken. You can find out more on websites. Mary House was the shelter that she established to work 365 days of the year. It shelters women, it runs a soup kitchen, it distributes clothes, it provides shower facilities, and it publishes the newspaper. So why Dorothy Day? The 9 provocations are about life, and that is essentially what logotherapy is. So to me, they parallel a lot of logotherapy concepts. The first one, make yourself deeply uncomfortable. Deeply uncomfortable. In a way, that's what Frankl is saying when he says we don't need tensionless states as much as we need a goal and a meaning to strive for. We're always challenged to be better people. But being deeply uncomfortable is not a nice feeling. It requires deep reflection and a realization that we do fall short, that we'll always fall short. As a radical, Dorothy was a little more strident. A filthy, rotten system. Not that she wanted to simply abolish everything, but she did see what the system and what our disregard does to people. Now, I see this in the way that we treat refugees in this country, in the widening gap in this country between rich and poor, in the fact that in this country people do live in their cars, sometimes with their children. But am I deeply uncomfortable? I'm certainly uncomfortable, but perhaps not deeply uncomfortable to actually become deeply involved. What I do is to talk about logotherapy and talk about life and hope that makes a difference. Are you deeply uncomfortable? Uncomfortable enough to be a better person? Thank you for listening.